Hello, hello, hello. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Now, we are again uh, still experiencing so many issues with my mic. Um, not being picked up or the source being dropped in OBS. If you saw the first part, as you can tell, it's the next day. Um, yeah, I could not get my mic to work in OBS for a long time. Was still having issues with it earlier. But it seems to be back on track, and I actually just had everything set up on OBS. I had it open, um, and I've had it open pretty much for like an hour without doing anything. And the computer had even gone to sleep and all that time and whatever. And then once I came back and to my laptop and got back into my laptop, the mic was still being picked up. And that's even unusual under the best circumstances. Because usually once the computer goes to sleep for a while, I will come back ready to record again. And I will usually have to like unplug my mic and then plug it back in for it to start being picked up in OBS again. So I'm hoping that that's a good sign that something's starting to go my way with this microphone situation. So full disclosure, I've already seen Yo Song's section, and I saw most of San's section before at some point I realized that my mic wasn't being picked up. So I stopped that recording last night. So I didn't want to go all the way back to Yo Song's section because again, you want to see a first time reaction, you want to see people react to things for the first time. So that's the reason that I didn't want to go all the way back and, I don't want to pretend that I hadn't seen it. But I know that he's the little puppy dog of the group who does not want to be considered a little puppy dog anymore. He's savage, but he's also really sweet. Got a deep voice too, I think. I'm pretty sure that was the member that shocked me with that. Yeah, so that is what I got for the most part out of the Yo Song section that I can recall. And then like I said, I had gotten through most of San's section, and I get it immediately about his performance and how he's has these really shocking moments in his performance because he's so extremely expressive and emotive. And people just, his fan cams are like always viral, and he's famous for his expressions and just the way that he delivers his performance on stage. I get it right away, and to the point that I'm kind of cheating a little bit, despite what I just said, and going all the way back to the beginning of his section, because I wanted to see all that again. I am a huge fan of that. And I was saying that his approach is almost like a performance artist. Like he seems to take that position. Like it's really art for him. There's acting. He does some acting. He really believes in in characterization when he's performing, and that is something that I absolutely love. And it reminds me a lot of Taemin, just in the way that that Taemin puts he puts everything into his dance when he's dancing. He's not just dancing like, because this is the song and this is on the beat and this is the count and this is how you do it, blah, blah, blah. It's a bit more for him. He wants to know what is the song mean, the lyrics, the expression, what is the person meant to be going through, or what do I want the audience to pick up on? So that's what San's sort of performance style reminds me of a bit. Yeah, so I'm gonna get back into it, and I am gonna have to keep staring or looking at my freaking OBS for a while until I'm satisfied and convinced that this issue isn't happening, and also in hopes that I catch it right away if my mic stops, so that maybe I can kind of just pause the recording and deal with it and jump back on. But if I don't look at it enough, then I may be here talking for 10 minutes and not realize it hasn't been picking it up. But again, if you do see me doing that, do not worry. I have a very, very good view of my YouTube window in my OBS. So, like I'm reading here, San is Korean for mountain. I can see that very clearly, and I can see him very clear. Actually, a little bit better. It's actually because the screen is smaller, it's the quality is a little bit better. In my OBS, in fact. So don't worry about that. If you see me looking over, I'm not missing anything. I'm just glancing, checking that audio is being picked up. All right. I think that's quite enough of an explanation. Let's go while I still have Mike.
San, as some people like to call him, is that he is not human. Just kidding. Maybe.
I don't think you are.
San was the fourth member
That's
to join
wild.
Ateez.
He's wild.
He came to Seoul on his own all the way from his hometown Namhae. Though he
Namhae.
was good at singing, San came to KQ with no dance experience and had to work
Wow.
very hard to improve his skills enough to debut. Now, we can see, all of his hard work did not go to waste, as he has been given titles such as
Wow,
the
quick
man
feat.
who will raise the standards of K-pop performance by journalists. At first glance, when watching him perform, the thought that pops into most people's mind is how can anyone perform the way he does? San is renowned for his inexplicable performance expertise. Not only does he move his body in ways that would otherwise break the bones
Oh my
of
god,
any
that
normal
took me
human
out.
being.
Yes. That took me out too.
But it seems that just like having a clear choreography for a song, San also creates his own
Facial
face
expression.
choreography. San has said that he thinks deeply about what the song is trying to say and then embodies that. He says that he tries to tell a story with his dancing and facial expressions.
I mean, it really gives me chills already just in a guide.
This is extremely evident when he performs Ateez's song Inception. He has a look of loss, longing and tragedy on his face and really makes you experience the song with him.
꿈에서 깨려고 하는 거예요. 네. 꿈에서 깨려고 모든 것을 이제 이거는 이제 어쩔 수 없이 꿈을 꾸게 되는 자고.
And that's just so amazing because, like they said, he had no experience in dance.
그래서 손이 떨리는 거예요.
And maybe this is how he got it. Like maybe this is how he became a great dancer. Is he found purpose in it? Like, okay, what is the dance doing? What is the dance? Why am I doing this move? And I'll remember to do this move. You know.
형이 말대로 체이스유 하려는 대상을 잡으러 갔어요. 난 그것은 깬 줄 알았지. 하지만
I love the Korean pronunciation of chase.
다시 빠지게 되는 거죠. 그렇군요.
Really drags the A out a little bit. I love that.
It seems that he never loses his character in a song and has endless
Right.
energy. Unsurprisingly, San
Look at
is the
that,
third
look at
member
that.
of Ateez's
Wow.
demon line. San's switch when a stage begins is so dramatic that it is very hard not to notice.
His eyes. Wow.
Due to this, one of his nicknames is actually Satan. It is also worth noting that San's flexibility is in part due to the fact that he is a third-degree black belt in Taekwondo.
Wow.
San's natural ability to always show some type of expression or emotion on his face, whether he is in the back or in the center, has garnered a lot of attention from fans, experts, sunbaeans, and hobeis. It has come to the
True,
attention
like,
of Ateez
straight up, I could just
that
watch
many
him.
artists in the K-pop
I would have trouble
industry
looking
look up
at
to San
anybody
because
else.
of his unusual and indelible performances. Many younger artists, peers, and sunbaeans have mentioned San as a source of inspiration when they perform. Watching a San fan cam always holds amazing surprises, and this is something most people have noticed.
Oh.
San's fan cams have been named on the top 100 list
Wow.
of the most viewed male K-pop idol fan cams. Coming in as number 24
I need to see this
for his
choreo.
Studio Khum Fireworks fan cam and number 16 for his Wonderland and Hala Hala fan cams, surpassing 1 million views. San is very critical of himself and always looks for ways to be better and do better. This is why, in his free time, he uses YouTube to review both live stages and his fan cams. He likes to look for mistakes and ways that he can do better next time. Most people are often distracted by his performance abilities, but San's vocals are exceptionally impressive.
Yes, they are.
His
That's
voice
what
is
made
used
me
in songs
interested in
for very
him.
high falsettos.
And his low tone too. Ooh,
Low tones.
yeah. Yeah.
And my personal favorite, raspy and gritty parts.
Ooh, I love that. Listen, I'm a rock fan. You know I love that.
One of the most shocking
that Immortal
things to
songs or is that one of their
discover
songs?
as a new Atiny is San's intense duality. He is as affable as he is remarkable. Anyone who knows San knows that he is extremely caring and has a childlike, innocent quality to him.
동이가 이상하게 나오는데 이렇게 하면 너 이렇게 나오지? 뭐뭐뭐뭐뭐? 아.
So cute.
This
Okay.
is why he is often
Okay.
treated
Well, I
like
see
the
that cute.
unofficial Maknae. San is extremely passionate when it comes to sharing all the love he has to give. And he makes sure to extend this enormous amount of love to all his members and every single Atiny. San loves physical touch, and it is this love language that he often uses to display his love to members. He is also constantly giving out amazing advice to Atinis to encourage us and raise our spirits so we don't give up. And he is, by far, one of the biggest hype men ever.
You know what I'm saying? It's all Mickey and DJ Pro Pete, man, yo. Hey, look at that. Poochie, poochie, yeah. Bridget, do the, make it, do the moon. Oh yes, yeah. Good. One, two, three.
Put your ass down, bam, bam. 벙거지 미리 벗겨졌어, 뚜뚜빵, 뚜뚜.
All these qualities are why on April 14, 2021, San was selected to be an ambassador of his hometown Namhae. Though San is very intimidating on stage, he is very much like an endless ball of sunshine and energy.
Oh, I love
He has
it.
so much of it that it often comes out very erratically. Hongjung testified.
Okay, so far I think you've got the Sunshine member, you've got the puppy, you've got the Savage, you've got the mom and the dad, which I wonder if that's also which seems to actually also be the Tom and Jerry. Yeah, I'm getting fed. I'm getting fed well with this group so far. I've got all of my tropes. I've got all of my roles in here, and my dynamics that I really like. Fake Maknae. Yep. I'm getting it all.
That San was the reason Ateez's jumping ban was instituted in their trainee days.
연습생 때 생활 규칙이 있었는데 그 규칙 중에 하나가 밖에서 점프 금지. 그러니까 사진 때문에 생활 규칙이었어요.
아마 진짜 막 길 걷다가 링 가르디 점프하고
괜히 나무 위에 한번 터치해보고 막 이러는데
저는 진짜
배우 의사는 거 아니에요?
이렇게 움츠려서 약간 다른 일인 척하고
Is he gonna jump?
San also breaks out into song extremely often, but he still hits his notes as effortlessly as water flowing out of a faucet.
That was poetic, creator. They just rock alike.
너 아까부터 계속 하고 있어.
Cause you don't think I'm nowhere you down.
Lastly, I want to let you know that San has dimples that could make anyone fall in love with just a smile. So, it's okay if you already did.
Is it too late now to seem sorry?
좋은 성공인데?
모든 날 짜장면.
All right, who's next? This is fun. Wow, this music that they use for this part. And, oh, can't wait for that explanation. Yeah, main rapper. Oh, main dancer. Okay. A new main rapper. Got it. So they pronounce it
The
teenies
very
when it's
first
just
thing
that?
I
Okay.
think of when I think of Mingi is that he is the most adorable person
Ateenies,
on
teenies,
earth.
ateenies.
Looking at him on stage, that must sound very strange.
Mhm.
But allow me to explain.
민기야 날 가져.
He's so awkward.
마지막으로 모자 귀엽죠?
It is a very cute
안경
hat.
귀엽죠? 저도 귀엽죠?
Yep.
At first glance, Mingi does not seem that disparate from the rest of the 99 liners, especially on stage. But Mingi is actually quite shy and reserved. Though he has his own bouts of random shouting and chaotic dancing, especially when he is around the people he loves. Mingi often takes a background role when in a group setting.
여러분, 이거 갈 때까지 간 거예요. 제발.
여기는 이 콘.
있을 줄 알았는데 없었어? 네, 저희가 아직까지 2개 시켜 먹은 데에서 없었어요. 답 좀 해주세요.
감상평을 꼭 듣고 싶은 사람이 있습니다. 민기 씨 한번 이 감상평을.
주인공은 조용히 하는 거죠.
네. 주인공 굳이 자기가 얘기하면은 좀 그러니까.
왜냐면 뭘 해도 주인공이에요.
그러니까요.
This is not to say he isn't the brightest person in the world.
Mm.
His smile lights up any dark room.
Oh, that
and
dimple.
when he is happy, all is at peace in the world. Mingi takes friendship quite seriously, puts a lot of effort into it, and can get offended when his feelings aren't reciprocated to the same degree.
또 서운해하는 민기 씨.
또 왜 이걸 왜 소원해 근데?
어이가 없네.
아 이게 왜?
와, 너 진짜로.
아니 이걸 왜 소원해하는 거야? 아니 아니 왜?
티는 어쩔 수 없어.
봐봐요. 리스도 같이 찍자 했고.
어.
근데 님은 왜 저한테 같이 찍자고 안 하세요?
내가 같이 하자고 한 거 아니에요. 팬이랑 에이팅이랑 약속한 거예요. 우영이랑.
Oh, that's a dimple. I think I meant Mo.
나도 이제 너한테 그 정도 안 하면 된다.
그냥 여기서 윤호 씨 반응은?
이건 좀 오해가 있습니다. 네. 민기가 좀 지나치게 질투를 하는 게 경향이 있어요.
아, 질투는 아니야.
He's like a possessive friend.
질투가 아니라 이거는 이제
서운한 거야?
나는 사람과의 관계를 되게 우선시하는데 너는 나 도덕적 의리를
You abandon my moral loyalty. It's very serious for him. I get it. It's very serious for him.
이 배신자야.
Oh, good lord.
야, 네가 나한테 이러면 안 되지. 나 얘한테.
I think there might be like
This
5
happens
Maknaes in this group.
particularly with Yoonho, Mingi's best friend of several years. Mingi and Yoonho, or Yoonji as fans call them,
Oh,
were
cute.
best friends for 4 years before joining Ateez. Mingi and Yoonho actually auditioned for the company without the other knowing. Another semblance
Oh,
of
wow.
fate working to bring Ateez together. Mingi is known by the group as the one who is afraid of almost everything. It
Oh,
is
I love
quite
it.
funny to watch, and Ateez takes a lot of pleasure in it.
I love those
Mingi is
members.
also known to lie to the point of hyperbole. Seriously, he is often claiming things that logically don't make any sense. Like the multiple times he has claimed he has never been afraid in his entire life, and proceeds to jump out of his skin because something scared him. He has also claimed that he has never lost before, even though his track record shows he is terrible at games. Many of the lies Mingi tells
Life
tend
is
to
what you
catch up
make
to him
it,
quite
and sometimes
quickly.
that means
In the behind-the-scenes video of Ateez's
lying.
song Don't Stop, Mingi told the camera that he has never been cold in his life. Then proceeded to shiver because it was cold outside. Mingi's nickname is Princess, and he often bounces around when he is happy. Though in the past he was very frivolous, recently you can see a more mature atmosphere around him. Amusingly, though Mingi is extremely outdated and does not know how to work a lot of things, he is constantly exclaiming about how far the internet has come. Despite all of this, Mingi is actually much smarter.
I mean, that's valid. Because it's like, if you don't know that this stuff exists, then it all seems new, right? So, listen, I go through it all the time with this like recording and stuff like this. I don't know how to work this stuff. I just randomly started recording reactions one day, and my mind has been blown several times over. Like, this is a thing. This is a thing. You can do this. You can. To me, it's like, boy, I tell you, software has come far. The internet has come far. It hasn't. I just didn't know it is. I didn't know it was there.
Harder and more serious than people give him credit for. He has written amazing raps in practically no time, which is what he did when he wrote his verse for Ateez's title track Answer. In a hotel room, a day before they had to record it.
Damn.
Mingi also participates in
Oh, wait.
producing Ateez.
That's a correction. Mingi has been getting into producing for years now. But though we know he has been working on producing some songs, maybe his own, none have yet to be released. I know the pain of this. You don't know. I think every group that I like has at least one member who's constantly working on music, never ever gets released. It's really a shame.
His songs, and just like Hongjung, Mingi stayed longer in Los Angeles after their 2022 world tour to work with and learn from American producers. He writes all
Dear
of his
God,
verses
why?
and truly takes the time to express his feelings when he
I should have
does.
asked that with Hongjung.
Mingi,
Dear
along
God,
with
why?
Hongjung, is
They're
on the
not
list
doing
of
it
the
better.
top copyrighted idols. Like Hongjung, Mingi has a trademark before his rap.
Okay, I'm spinning. Your vixenist back in the town. What's up?
He frequently says the phrase fix on before his verses to indicate to the listener not only that he is about to rap, but that they should focus and fix their attention on him.
Nice. I love that. I've always loved that when rappers do that.
I'm sure
Have
one
that
of the
signature.
very first things you noticed when you listened to an Ateez song was the guy with the deep voice. That guy is Mingi. As someone who saw him
I sure
in
did.
person, I can confirm that his voice truly is deeper than the Grand Canyon.
저는 개인적으로
Mingi also sometimes integrates singing into his verses. So much so that many people say that all 8 members of Ateez are great vocalists.
That's always a nice technique with rapping. Melodic rapping. Ooh, strings.
Though Mingi is
Can't wait to get to that.
obviously not an official vocalist, this does not stop
He's
him
a
from
soft
loudly
vocalist.
practicing to be the main vocalist of Ateez in his free time. Mingi is quite the performer, and his on-stage presence is very intimidating and profound. He pulls you in as soon as he begins to perform, and it is very hard to take your eyes off of him. His dance skills are incredible, and it is clear even from afar his obvious talent.
I do love how often this group wears glasses on stage. Seems to be a lot.
Something I wanted to make sure I touched on is the fact that Mingi went on hiatus from November 2020 to September 2021 due to psychological anxiety. Fans missed him immensely and everyone, especially Ateez, felt his absence the whole time. Mingi's hiatus...
I mean, it's... sorry, let me go back. I was going to say that... Wow, I think I went back a bit far. But I was going to say, I forgot whose section it was. Hongjoong, maybe? I'm not sure, but I forgot whose section, but there was a section where they were talking about how they must, they love their members and all of this, and they were calling him on the phone, and then there seemed to be a couple of moments where that was showcased, that care for the members was being showcased by showing them sending messages to Mingi and like calling him on the phone, sending messages to him or things of that nature. So I did get from that he must have had a hiatus at some point.
Pulls you in as soon as he begins to perform, and it is very hard to take your eyes off of him. His dance skills are incredible, and it is clear even from afar his obvious talent.
I feel like this is a song that I'm loving more and more the more I hear it.
Something I wanted to make sure
I went really far back, but I wasn't mad about it.
That Mingi went on hiatus from November 2020 to September 2021 due to psychological anxiety. Fans missed him immensely and everyone, especially Ateez, felt his absence the whole time. Mingi's hiatus is why you won't see him in multiple of Ateez's music videos and anything else they participated in. Some examples are the official music video for Ateez's title track Fireworks and also the entire Kingdom survival show. But, as is to everyone's relief, Mingi is much better now, and his break really solidified his importance in the lives of every Atiny.
내가 많이 사랑해, 알겠지?
I'm the one who controls time. So cool the way they did that. Ooh, young. Main dancer, okay. Vocalist, visual. We've got three visuals.
Have you ever met someone who deliberately goes out of their way to mess with you all the time? Yet, you can't help but love them. Then you must have met Woo Young. Woo Young is uncategorically mean, but he somehow is the only one that can flawlessly get away with it.
다들 아시죠? 저기 에이티즈는 리더 없으면 안 굴러가는 거. 너 뭐야?
너 나한테 욕한 거 기억나?
안 부러워.
아니 너가 그랬어.
뭐라고?
너가 여러분 에이티즈 리더 없으면 안 되는 거 알죠? 이거 성화가 옆에 나는 너 뭐야?
진짜로?
오. 미안해. 괜찮아. 너의 본심이었던 거야. 아니 오지는 마. 아.
Oh wow.
왜?
얘가 자꾸
Well, he's gonna be.
왜 마음에 안 드는데?
너 오늘 나한테 잘.
Yeah, so he's in the maknae line, so yeah, he can get away with it.
난 아무렇지 않은데? 고인조.
Though, Woo Young never does it with the intention of being genuinely mean. And it usually is an indication of how close he feels to you. Woo Young is an expert at ego and usually uses it to get away with something or to win a favor. This
yeah.
is especially true when Ateez shoot reality shows and Woo Young wants the director or staff to grant a special request. Woo Young has an extremely distinct laugh that can be recognized from behind a closed door. It is very high-pitched and usually accompanied by clapping. It is, in all seriousness, a trademark of Woo Young.
Okay.
에이티니 이따가 만나.
No, okay, I really get it now. I've been trying to hold out, but I really do get it. I get the Dreamcatcher comparisons. It's not just the same producers. What a lot of people who I guess they've collectively called them Dream Teas. A lot of people often talk about some of the members' looks are similar in both of those groups together, and that a lot of their personality traits and dynamics are the same. And I've been fighting for my life not to try and offend people by I don't know. It seems like you offend fans of groups just by mentioning other groups. It's so weird. But it's just based on I see the similarities. I'm delighted by it. Because these are the kind of personalities and quirks and things that I enjoy. And so it's a good thing. I'm just saying that I get some of the comparisons. I get how whether you were an Ateez fan, you got into Dreamcatcher later, or you're like me, or Dreamcatcher fan who's getting into Ateez, I could see how there would be these stark, like, sort of resemblances in sort of some of the group dynamics and some of the personality traits and things like that. And of course, I was immediately reminded of Sula with this laugh. And, having a member that seems to like they can get away with anything immediately reminded me of Hamdan. There's so much. It is kind of bizarre. It is kind of bizarre. But I do understand that people probably compare them to the point of not acknowledging their individuality. And what they each have to offer is very different groups with very different paths and different sounds. Like people, I do think from what obviously I just scratched the surface, but people do act like they have the exact same sound. They absolutely do not. But their energy in general. I feel that for sure. And I get some of the comparisons and some of the kind of similarities, some things that are just so similar, it seems kind of unreal. So I definitely am getting that.
Woo Young has a smile that makes you want to work hard just to see it. And no matter how much he teases you, you can't help but still love him.
딱 뜯어 돌려서 발굴해준 다음에
Woo Young is extremely loud and loves to be the center of attention. He is a textbook extrovert and flows in and out of conversations with strangers with practice.
Beautiful. I envy that. I'll always envy people like that.
Woo Young has the most idol friends among the members of Ateez.
Nice.
He is particularly close
Social
to
butterfly of the group.
Yinjun and Stray Kids Changbin. Something else that you might notice about Woo Young is that he flirts with everyone. In fact, Woo Young could probably make a robot fall in love with him. He knows the power he holds and has no problem with using it to his advantage. But, according to Woo Young, he was naturally born that way and does not intentionally flirt.
Straight up mine.
All of Woo Young's qualities really make the constant comparisons of him and a fox.
Yeah, that boy can't stop licking his lips.
Though it has never been officially said, it is quite obvious that Woo Young's love language is physical touch. Out of all the members, Woo Young is the one to initiate skinship the most. He loves to kiss and hug the members and is constantly attached to someone. More often than not, that person is San. San and Woo Young are extremely close, to the
I was gonna
point
say
that
because
they
I
have
think they
matching
said that
tattoos that say
Sin
Amicus
really
et
likes physical
Ars,
touch
a
too.
Latin phrase that means a lifelong partner or a friend to the very end.
Nice.
Their ship name is Wusan, and unlike other ships in Ateez, Wusan actually coined it themselves and are very aware of its fandom.
Aww.
In a fan call with Wu Young, a fan asked what the fandom name for Wusan was. So Wu Young asked San, who was, unshockingly, right beside him. They decided on P, which is the Korean word for rain because Wusan means umbrella in Korean. Wu Young is also very close to Yoseng. The two have been friends for 8 years now. They knew each other before they joined Ateez, when they were trainees at Hybe, formerly known as Big Hit Entertainment.
Hybe.
Yoseng left Hybe and auditioned for KQ. Later, Wu Young left Hybe and followed Yeseng to KQ because they promised each other that they would debut together.
He still looks like such a
Wu
puppy
Young
dog. I'm so
said
sorry.
that if he succeeded, he wanted to do it with Yoseng. And if he failed, he wanted to fail with Yoseng. This made Wu Young the last member to join Ateez. Hongjung said that if Wu Young wasn't there, the members would not be as close as they are. And Mingy says that Wu Young is the jewel of the group and completed Ateez. Wu Young's skills were evident as a trainee and have become even better in the last 3 years. Wu Young has put a tremendous amount of effort in elevating his dancing skills. Most people don't know, but Wu Young had an extremely tough time as a trainee, and his audition for KQ was his last try before giving up on his dreams. Now, he has found true confidence in his abilities and even has a Studio Coom Artist of the Month to boast of.
So predictable, you're an animal. I can't let you go. You're so
Like
Ooh,
San,
okay.
Wu Young also showed up on the list of 100 of the most viewed fan cams of male K-pop idols, with his Artist of the Month coming in as number 41. Recently, Wu Young was even part of the opening performance for Mama 2021 that featured members of 6 fourth-generation idol groups. Wu Young was also featured in the very first episode of Watch's Fill in the Blank documentary, where he opened up about things he has never told us and also danced to a song by Logic, the title to which is the number to the suicide hotline.
Oh wow. Ooh.
He is a top-tier
Wow,
performer,
that gave me chills.
and this is being
Oh my goodness.
recognized more and more. Though Wu Young is very known for his dancing abilities,
Really gave
his
me chills.
vocals are enchanting as well. They often whisk you away in a soft cloud when you hear them. His voice is very light and wispy, and this delicacy is what makes it so satisfying to listen to him.
Oh, baby, you gotta stop.
Oh, is this a cover?
Say that you're calling. I told you that.
Wu Young loves to cook and is the member most
Yay,
likely
thank
to
God.
be found cooking at the dorm.
Gotta be
He
there's
likes
gotta
to
be
cook
one
for the
person, at least
members
one.
and is always working on his cooking skills. Wu Young is also passionate about video editing, and he makes vlogs that record the daily lives of Ateez.
That was so intense.
There are a lot of behind-the-scenes content, so I suggest you check them out.
Yeah.
A stern warning as you get to know Ateez more. Be wary of looking too long at Wu Young, because he just might make you fall in love.
이거 왜 우와!
It's a heck of a quote. Ooh, hair. Magne. Hey, same year as my nephew.
For all intents and purposes, Jungho is the Hyung of Ateez. Though he is the youngest and officially the Magni, you could never tell from the way he acts.
Right. Oh, he's a strong
제가
Magne.
이사가 아니고요.
They call them tigers.
이쪽 이사님입니다.
안녕하세요.
네.
신석 박사입니다.
네.
아 죄송합니다.
네. 들어온 지 이틀밖에 안 돼가지고요.
근손실이 있으면 안 되기 때문에 저 과자 안 치워! 어디 회사에서 과자를 먹고 있어?
브랜드 토핑 바나나 바나나
Oh no, sorry, not tiger. It's that was I was getting that from when SNSD said that they raised a tiger. No, Magne on top. Magne on top. Yeah.
and strawberry and Oreo. Loop. Loop. 하지 마. 하지 마.
All right, that's their song. Okay.
If anything,
Okay.
San
I
is
can't
the
wait to hear
Magni,
that.
and Jungho acts accordingly.
I've heard
You
that
will
section,
often
that
see
holla
Jungho shushing
holla
San or telling him to stop,
from
calm
a
down, or be
dance
quiet.
cover.
This is hilarious considering their ages, but Jungho being San's Hyung isn't the only surprising thing. Recently, San and Jungho found out that they are very distant relatives because they are both from the Gyeongju line of Choi clan. Jungho was the 7th member to join Ateez.
Interesting.
He was actually into sports when he was young, but then later felt a stronger pull to singing. He became a trainee at Top Entertainment for several years, before making the move to KQ and becoming their main vocalist and Magne.
Oh, okay. He must get the high notes. I think okay.
One of the most noticeable things about Jungho, even at a quick glance, is his almost somber disposition. While he is the calmest of the group, it should not be mistaken as boring. Jungho is very funny and takes joy in exposing other members.
It's just a
Not
way
unlike
of
his
being.
Sen,
I have to deal with
Jungho's
that
humor is
too.
very underrated and often looked past.
Like people always would be like, I shouldn't even go back. People always be like I just have a neutral kind of personality. Like I'm just more laid back. And people always go, "Are you okay? It's something wrong?" It's just like I'm chilling, man. I'm good. It's just my face and there's nothing going on. I know what you want from me. So I'm having a good time. I'm just existing. I don't know what else I'm supposed to be doing to make you know I'm having a good time. You know, so it's like smiling more for others' benefit, but it doesn't feel natural. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when nothing's going on, I can definitely relate to that. When nothing's really going on, it's really particularly chaotic or anything around me, you know, and people are like, think you're mad or think you're upset. And it's like, I'm good. I promise I'm good. I'm just here.
난 진짜 세봐야 돼요.
나 알았어. 나 알았어.
누군데?
이거 산이 영상 통화할 때야.
Dang.
왼쪽. 여기 왼쪽이야. 전화 딱 받고.
He likes to find his angle.
하나, 둘, 셋, 최상. 아이고 이거는 인정한다. 내가 왼쪽으로 좀 잘해. 안녕하세요 에이티니 산이에요.
안녕하세요, 에이티니. 산이에요.
An example of this is a fan call, where Jungho gave his excuse for overspending. He said, "I didn't want to spend much money while abroad. But I accidentally entered a store and accidentally bought something expensive.
You know,
Unlike
it happens to the best of us.
Jungho does not love skinship.
People should talk more about it.
This makes it even more
Real
worthwhile
problem.
when he shocks fans by making an obvious joke or initiating a hug. But, as his young status dictates, Jungho is great at moderating the arguments of the group and soothing the worries of Ateez.
어쨌든
근데
보고
이게-
싶다는 말 한마디에 페이스타임을 걸어준 리더.
그치, 근데-
그리고 또 리더를 보고 싶은 멤버의 마음.
아, 그것까지.
Quite unlike Mingi, Jungho is the complete opposite when it comes to fear. His unchanging countenance in the face of things that make most people scream is, like San said, scarier than anything else. It makes sense that Jungho takes on this somewhat protective role in the group, because he is also the strongest one in Ateez. The video of Jungho breaking multiple apples with his bare hands while singing beautifully went viral. Jungho claims he can beat every member of Ateez in arm wrestling with just one finger.
Nice.
As
Wow.
outlandish as that sounds, I believe him. Just like his adult-like personality, Jungho is obsessed with Americanos, and they are his idea of a dessert. Not only does Jungho not get scared and is extremely strong, but he is good at literally everything.
Oh Lord.
Often on the first try. Whether it is fruit
Oh.
carving, making bamboo rings, or holding a single
They have
note
so much
without
cool
breathing for
content,
1
bro.
minute and 28 seconds.
It's gonna be exciting.
Yes, you heard that right.
뭐예요?
This is only right as the maknae on top, a title that
Right.
was given to Jungho.
Yep.
Due to his vast ability to be amazing at anything that he does. Jungho is also known as the best vocalist of the 4th gen. But, though he is a 4th generation idol, his singing mastery rivals sunbeams and experts alike. When people listen to Ateez's songs, they often hear an almost angelic sound. Some even mistake his voice for an instrument when they first hear an Ateez song, because it is very hard to fathom a human being hitting such notes so perfectly.
I love how down bad this fan was. I appreciate it. That's the kind of fan you want to make a guide. Ooh.
His vocals have stupefied experts, peers, sunbeams, and even the most weathered 18s. They almost make no sense and don't seem physically possible. Sometimes, he even sings in a female register, which is much higher than a male's. In
That's not
Ateez's
a-
very
never mind.
first performance on Immortal Songs, which was also their first win, Jungho dumbfounded the experts, judges, and audience by hitting 6 consecutive notes without stopping. It was the performance of a lifetime.
Going up the octaves. I love it. Nice.
Jungho then coupled this feat
Cheers
by
again.
doing it
Nike,
again
just-
and
would y'all
hitting
stop?
4
Leave me alone.
consecutive high notes. In Ateez's performance of Wonderland Symphony No. 9 on the survival show Kingdom,
Hey, that's my
Legendary
one.
Lore. This accomplishment becomes even more amazing when you discover that when Jungho performed this song at one of Ateez's American concerts, his microphone stopped working right before he was supposed to sing. But he didn't let that stop him and ended up singing without a microphone.
Yeah, you don't need it. You don't need it. Main vocalists, they don't need it.
His voice was so strong, loud, and clear that the melody reached even the highest seat in the venue. Fans were shocked, to say the least. Jungho's astonishing vocals have earned him an appearance on the revered
This
show
always
MBC's
gets me
King
on
of Masked Singer. where
People
he
have really
casts
distinct
multiple
voices and they go on
rounds.
Masked
And
Singer.
even
It's like we
more
know
notably,
we know
3
it too.
solo soundtracks for highly rated dramas.
Oh, Reborn Rich.
Jung-ho is constantly improving his vocal abilities, and like some of the members, he stayed back in Los Angeles after the 2022 tour.
Okay, so
He
quite a
used
few
this
of them.
time to learn and
Okay.
train with vocal experts. Being good at everything includes performance. Jung-ho's strong, flawless vocals are paired with intense facial expressions that display the quality
Oh, is he
with
the
which
other
he
demon?
sings. Most people don't notice or recognize this because of their laser-like focus on his voice, but Jung-ho is also a standout dancer.
Oh, do it. Yeah. As I heard that song start, or that beat start, I knew it.
Jung-ho is often called a teddy bear or gummy bear. Either way, he is a bear, and he is quite fine with that. If you are ever frustrated that you aren't good at something, just remind yourself that it is okay. Because you're not Jung-ho, and there is literally nothing you can do about that.
That's true. That's true. When you think about it, I'm not him. And I have to be okay with that. I'm not a perfect idol.
I have
These
mentioned the
idols
demon line 3
raise the bar
times
for being a
throughout
human
this
being.
video. The demon line is very well known in Atinyville, and it consists of Hongjun, Songhwa, and San. The reason for this moniker is the fact that
okay,
the
it's 3 of
second a
them.
performance starts, their entire countenance and persona changes, and it looks as though they are possessed. While this aids in creating some of the best performances you have ever seen, it is quite noticeable, and Ateez love to point it out. After all of this, thank you for coming, thank you for staying, and thank you for getting
Thank
to know our
you.
boys.
Wow. Just gonna keep it down.
이번 로그 끝은 여성이 형이 할 거예요. 안녕.
안녕.
네, 안녕하세요. 이번 한국관광공사 또 라이브 방송 또 브이로그 엔딩을 맡고 있는 에이티즈 여상입니다. 요즘 제가 엔딩을 좀 잘 맡고 있는 것 같아서 좀 뿌듯하네요. 하지만 여러분, 엔딩은 산이가 할 겁니다. 내 거야.
네, 안녕하세요. 에이티즈 한국관광공사 엔딩을 맡게
Just keep passing it along.
이제 우리 편집자분께서 엔딩이 많잖아요. 그래서 어떤 것을 엔딩을 쓸지 잘 모르겠지만 편집자님 제 거 꼭 써주세요. 알겠죠?
엔딩 후보 대결이야?
네, 엔딩 후보 대결. 브이로그의 엔딩을 맡게. 안녕하십니까. 네, 엔딩 후보 세 번째 민기입니다. 네 번째. 제가 이번에 엔딩을 하기 위해서 탈색을 한 거거든요. 이러면 엔딩 안 시켜줄 수가 없죠. 그러니까 제가 엔딩하게 해주세요. 사랑해요.
모두가 엔딩을 노릴 때 나는 편집점을 노린다.
저는 욕심이 없습니다. 엔딩은 누군가 하겠죠. 네, 저는 에이티즈를 사랑할 뿐입니다. 에이티즈 사랑해.
That was a perfectly put together guide by the gods. The mic worked the whole time, thank goodness. So I can move on. That was put together. I will say Woo Young might be the member that I feel like, I mean, I didn't know anything about any of the members. I just, like I said, just Hong Jung and Yunho, I just knew of them to some degree because they host Idol Radio. But and San's voice really stuck out to me when the few songs I'd heard, and I was interested in Miggy as the rapper, just kind of wanted to hear him. Particularly, which I hope I do still get to, particularly, I kind of want to hear his voice more rapping without auto-tune or without any effects. But I thought he was really cool. I thought was really kind of had some variety in terms of how he delivered. So I like that. So I was looking forward to that. And then there are some members that I just see a lot, on Twitter or wherever. I just see people mention quite often. And San is one because I think he's very pretty. I assume he's just one of those people whose faces is everywhere because his appearance, like Minho from SHINee. I mean, I love SHINee. I actually know SHINee, but I'm saying I feel like even for people who don't know SHINee, they have seen Minho's face everywhere. But Woo Young, I was most intrigued by going into this guy because that was one member I feel like I did not hear his voice a lot on the so like the songs where I just had lyric videos, I feel like I did not really hear his voice as much, so I was curious about that. And Yo-san, I felt like I didn't hear his voice a lot either. So I was looking forward to just sort of hearing them more and really seeing like what their positions were in their group and hearing them individually and stuff like that. But this is a beautifully put together guide, and I keep saying it, but I don't know what happens where just I always seem to be drawn to these groups that have these sort of underdog stories. So it makes sense that I have arrived to this point, even though I put it up to a vote. I didn't even make this decision on my own, and still I ended up here with this group that had a story like this. So I'm excited, and I'm always rooting for the underdog for sure. And what they've accomplished and how quick they rose to fame after after their rookie years, I guess. They had a rough couple. It seems like they had a rough. It seems like they had a very rough time being from a company with really no resources. Then had a sort of slower climb in the first couple of years after they debuted. Then they just shot to stardom, it seems like. And I don't know if that's something to do with Kingdom, which I guess it's like Queendom. I don't watch those things, but I know that they're survival shows, and they seem to be hugely successful, and they seem to actually help groups a lot that go on those shows, which cannot be said for a lot of these survival shows. So I'm really happy about that. Those shows kind of bother me. They concern me with the sort of psychological aspect of it, but at least something needs to come out of it. At least it needs to benefit a group in the long run. And Queendom and Kingdom seem to do that. So this is awesome. I'm already able to move on to an album reaction because I have my sample series, and I'm gonna, if you happen to watch the guide reaction, do know that I already have some Ateez reactions because I did after I had people vote, I did a sample series to get a feel for the group, and I reacted to, so probably in total I reacted to about 6 Ateez songs already I've heard. So I'm going to make sure this is all in the right playlist, and I'm going to already be able to move on to their very first EP and post an album reaction within a few days of posting this guide reaction. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The channel is growing slowly but surely. It's a lot of fun, and especially when people comment, I love that. And especially with new groups, I love the info dump. Never be afraid to just info dump. The more information, the better. Thanks for hanging out, and be happy and be healthy and enjoy your week. I don't even know when I'm posting this. I couldn't post when I wanted to, so I'll just say enjoy your week. Okay, bye.